A warm welcome to the newsroom with Fidelia Aguncha. President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the appointment of Amos Isaac Azzi as Chairman, Chief Executive Officer for the Investment and Securities Tribunal, IST. Azzi, before his appointment, was the staff of the Securities and Exchange Commission. A statement from the IST said his appointment is for an initial period of 5 years in accordance with the Investment and Securities Act of 2007. The appointment takes effect from the 17th of July 2020. Similarly, President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the reappointment of Nusa Osenwengi as full-time member of the Investment and Securities Tribunal for a second and final term of 4 years. His appointment, however, takes effect from the 1st of August 2020. The Deputy Speaker of the Edo State House of Assembly, Yakini Diaye, and four the lawmakers have declared their support for the governorship candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Osage Ize-Iyamu. The lawmakers are among 10 members of the House that were inaugurated in July 2019, while 14 others remain yet to be inaugurated. Speaking on Monday, the Assembly members said they have decided not to join Governor Godwin Obaseki in the opposition People's Democratic Party, PDP. They also alleged that the state executive, led by Governor Obaseki, has made the legislature irrelevant and unable to perform its functions as enshrined in the Constitution. The organized labor in Ekiti State have suspended its 3-day warning strike, which commenced today, Monday. This comes after an intervention by the State House of Assembly, which had in attendance the head of service and the senior special assistant to the governor on labor matters. Announcing its decision, the group said it decided to suspend the strike so as to give room for dialogue with the government. The resolution at the end of the meeting is that henceforth state government will ensure continuous payment of the monthly gross salaries of workers, and the financial benefit of the 2015 promotion will be implemented in September, while others will follow subsequently. Government also resolved that outstanding deduction for the month of May and June will be paid in phases, while outstanding deduction salaries and leave bonuses will also be paid in phases. Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike has signed into law the revised 2020 appropriation bill for the state. This follows the presentation of the budget by the Majority Leader of the State House of Assembly, Martin Amewule, at the Government House, Port Harcourt. The 2020 fiscal year signed by Wike is put at 300.3 billion naira. Now, this represents a 48% reduction from the 530 billion naira originally budgeted for spending in the beginning of the fiscal year. He noted that the coronavirus pandemic had led to the reduction of budgetary allocations, including capital and recurrent expenditures. A candidate in the 2020 Nigerian Bar Association presidential election, Dele Adeshina, has asked the body of trustees of the association to cancel the just concluded poll. He made the demand in a petition addressed to the chairman, board of trustees of the association, Olumide Akpata had defeated Adeshina and Babatunde Ajibade to emerge the 30th president of the NBA. In the petition, Adeshina alleged that the election was marred by overvoting, disenfranchisement of some eligible voters, and non-compliance with the provision of the NBA Constitution. Aviation workers under the National Association of Aircraft Pilots and Engineers have shut the operations of Bristol helicopters across the country owing to a pay disparity. The association claimed that the management has been unfair to Nigerian staff who do the same job as the expatriates but earn less. During a demonstration today, the workers were seen singing solidarity songs at the head office of Bristol Helicopters in Lagos, which has been shut. The workers also claimed that they have consistently engaged the management of the company to address the issues raised, but such efforts have failed. Let's take a break here to bring you an update on our COVID-19 coverage. Stay with us.
It's about the files your secretary presented to me regarding the company's salary. Yes, the figures don't seem to add up. I suspect there's some form of a
discrepancy.
Precisely, sir.
Keep the figure that way.
That's fraudulent, sir.
That's my money.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't do that, sir.
See how padded your teeth are. Are you telling me you cannot pad up figures?
Sir, padding is against best auditing practices, and it's a form of corruption.
It's true. Accountant.
You were testing. Thank you, sir.
That's it. Bagole.
Yes, sir.
You are fired.
Fine.
Yeah.
Fine, sir. Rather than watch corruption grow under my watch. Padding is a form of corruption and not in my country, sir.
Corruption not in my country.
Stop corruption now.
Shegun.
Alpha, say tomorrow still day on.
What's your tomorrow?
Community meeting now.
You know they hear Abi?
Now beg you. See, if we meet for my house, inside parlor, then go no.
This COVID-19 is not a child's play.
If we want to elect a new secretary, we fit to
Do one for WhatsApp or for Skype or even on Zoom. Or we just wait.
I will not negotiate.
This social distancing. It is non-negotiable.
Not every infected person shows symptoms, but every infected person is contagious. Avoid large gatherings and self-isolate if you think you might have come in contact with a carrier. Your safety and the safety of others is in your hands.
This message is from the Akinfade Foundation in partnership with the National Orientation Agency with support from MacArthur Foundation.
Many thanks for staying with us. Russia says it plans to launch mass production of a coronavirus vaccine next month and turn out several million doses per month by next year. The country is pushing ahead with several vaccine prototypes, and one trailed by the Gamaleya Institute in Moscow has reached advanced stage of development and is about to pass state registration. Head of the Russian Direct Investment Fund, which finances the trial, says he expects official registration of the vaccine to be complete within 10 days. The country's health ministry on Saturday announced that another vaccine developed by Siberia-based Vector Lab is currently undergoing clinical trials, and 2 more will begin human testing within the next 2 months. South Africa's anti-corruption watchdog says it is investigating irregularities in government tenders during the coronavirus crisis. The inquiry by the public protector comes after the Special Investigating Unit launched a separate probe into tenders for personal protective equipment in the province of Gauteng, the country's economic heartland. South Africa has recorded more than 500,000 cases of COVID-19, and that's the most on the African continent, with the number of infections continuing to rise rapidly. In recent weeks, local media have brimmed with allegations that politically connected individuals have benefited from government contracts for goods and services mobilized to contain the spread of COVID-19. President Cyril Ramaphosa's spokesperson and a top Gauteng health official had taken leaves of absence after being caught up in the scandals. Still to come is business, international and sports news after this break. Talking business now, the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry has urged the federal government to save the Nigerian courier industry from stifling and suffocating regulatory regime by expunging some provisions in the guidelines which were introduced recently by the Nigerian Postal Service. According to the Chamber, the federal government should expunge the provisions in the courier regulation guidelines which required operators of courier and logistics services to contribute 2% of their annual revenue to the Postal Fund. The fund is meant for postal development and delivery of postal services in rural and underserved areas. A statement issued by the Director General of the LCCI, Muda Yusuf, called on the government to remedy the framework that allowed the NIPOST to be a regulator and an operator. The LCC added that the framework is detrimental to the development of courier businesses in the country. And the foreign scene now, the Ukrainian police have arrested a man in possession of an explosive device at a bank in the nation's capital. The man, identified as 32-year-old Sukhrob Karimov, entered a bank office in Kyiv on Monday, announcing he had explosives in his backpack. He let bank staff go and demanded that the authorities invite journalists so he could make a statement. It was while talking to journalists, security operatives burst into the room and arrested him. This is the third of such incidents in recent weeks. Last month, an armed man carrying explosives took 13 passengers hostage in a bus. Days later, another man took a senior police officer hostage. The man was shot dead while the policeman was rescued unhurt. Lazio forward Ciro Immobile has won the Serie A Golden Boot and European Golden Shoe as he matched Gonzalo Higuain's record of 36 goals in an Italian top-flight season. The 30-year-old scored in Lazio's 3-1 defeat by Napoli on the final day as his side finished fourth. Immobile scored 35 goals in Serie A this season and is the first Serie A player to win the award since Francesco Totti in 2007. And that's the latest from the newsroom at this time. Many thanks for watching.